myself to stage. You see the nighttime music and hashtag 901 is here. Hello, everybody. Welcome into Braylon's virtual tour live for love and marriage Huntsville. We got a lot. I do mean a lot to talk about. So let's get into it and let's do what we do. All right. So we're going to start off with Kiki, Melody, and Armin. This picks up from the very last episode. Where, hey, Phyllis, welcome and glad to have you here. So this picks up right at the last episode where Melody said that she brought a drug test to test Kiki. Now, listen, in this situation, I don't know if I would have did it because at the end of the day, like to do that to your friend on camera can be a little bit dicey, but also too, Melody is smart. Remember? Hashtag critical thinkers. So I think she did that to plant evidence for the reunion where Tisha and Marceau actually going to have to either put up or shut up about Kiki being on drugs. Armin said that you don't have to prove to anyone. And I totally agree with him. At the end of the day, if you try to prove something to somebody else, when you get that one, it's going to feel empty, hollow, and sad, just like Marceau and Tisha are. The dark souls that they are, if I do say so myself. Their words, not mine. So Kiki took the test right then and there. And so it was funny because Melody said that she was not, I repeat, was not going to touch her piss cup. I'm just like, so really we're saying that? We're saying piss cup? Okay. So basically peeled off the label, and Armin knows how to do it. So I think he said peel, left. I think he said left to right, not right to left. But either way, he knew how to do it. And so it was like 14 different things, and Melody was just reading all of them negative, 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 negative. And I have to say this about Melody and Kiki. I feel that Melody is really about making sure that you are a good person. Doesn't matter if you got a G-Wagon or if you have a, 90s Chevrolet Malibu. She is about quality over quantity. So I'm definitely here for, Melody being very supportive of her friend. Melody says that now that that's over, you can move on from the barbecue. Hey, Janika Thompson, welcome and glad to have you here. You can move on from the barbecue and focus on you guys being together and for your son and this and that, everything in between. And by the way, before we move on, Kiki wanted Marceau to take a lie detector test. Now, Marceau said on Instagram Live, and I quote, "If I'm a cheater, why would I say I'm a cheater? So you really think you're going to take a lie detector test so you can be a liar and have to say that? No." So I thought that was interesting. Listen, Kiki, you cannot expect you out of other people. Marceau and Tisha are liars. So why expect liars to be truthers? I'm just asking questions, but I did get what Kiki was saying. Like, you know what? Let's put all our cards on the table. But see, some people do not want peace, Kiki. And they just want hate. So you gotta be about peace in your valley. So now they're talking. So Melody, Kiki, and Armin are talking about moving for their oldest son to play, football. And like I said before, Friday Night Live with high school football is a religion. Do you hear me? Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like I said, it is Friday Night Live. It is such a religion down there that, everybody comes through. The students, the parents, the alumni, the rivalries, the growth, the wins, the losses. It really becomes a community. And from what I hear about football, whether you're in high school, college, or pro, it is a brotherhood unlike any other. So apparently Tiffany talked to Melody about how Kiki and Armin's son is going to go to school but yet they don't live there. It's like, Tiffany, why is that your business? Like, don't you have a newborn baby to worry about? Like, how do you have all this time to be in other people's business? And before you come to me, Tiffany, and say, well, Braylon, you're 29 and you're talking about my business. Here's the difference. You put yourself on TV. Saturday nights, 8, 7 Central, only here. Hashtag on keeping it real. You put yourself out there. I did it. So you, the Scots, y'all can't be upset of the fact that we're talking about you. You put yourself in this position, not us. So, and then Kiki says that Tiffany is doing shady things, not them. I definitely agree with that. I mean, you got to remember from the season premiere when Tiffany said, or Tiffany asked Melody, I don't know if I want to hang out with Kiki because it could affect my brand. I know that you don't like to hang out with me because it might affect your brand. You didn't like Kiki from the jump, and you use other people as a scapegoat so you can shade Kiki. Game, set, match. I see how you play, but you failing miserably. So then we get to Tisha and Marcel. So they're going on a 5-day trip to the beach. I'm assuming maybe Orange Beach, Alabama, or maybe they might go to Disney World. They might meet Maleficent. And let me tell you something, I got a lot more respect for Maleficent than Tisha and Marcel, because she at least is upfront about, wanting Sleeping Beauty to be sleep forever. You know what I mean? At least she's honest about that. Hey, and Jeanette Gio, welcome in. We are live on tour with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. For those of you who just watched the episode, you need time to debrief and decompress and just connect with the episode. 6 videos are up right now on my channel. As for the rest of you that are here, we're talking about right here, right from the space, right here, right now. Virtual tour live. Glad to have you here. So let's keep going. This 5-day trip. Marcel doesn't want to go for, hey, Shirley, good to see you, Queen. Marcel doesn't want to go on this trip for 5 days because they got tile, grout, and walls going up at Scott Realty or Realty. But my thing is this, like, why are you so worried about your project when you haven't completed none of your other projects? Like, and not to mention, aren't y'all a company? Do y'all not have a contractor that can oversee the projects so you guys can go on vacation? Like, something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet. Hey, Vanessa Jackson, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So Malia wanted to go to the beach for her birthday. And so, Marcel then changes his tune of like, okay, I'll go. And she's like, that's the attitude I'm looking for. It's just like, you shouldn't have to look for an attitude from your husband. Your husband should just execute the responsibility of giving a care about your family. Just being honest. So Marcel loved how Tisha handled herself, and he should have been better. Well, here's the thing. If you wanted to be better, you would have done better. You did exactly what you wanted to do because you are a itch, in the words of Stormy. And I have never seen such a selfish, disgusting, trash, waste of space. And not to mention, like, I don't even know if the brain cells in your brain should even form to say or do anything. Because every time you form your brain, it's of non-existent value to the rest of us. Just being real. Hey, Francois, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So let's keep going. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are live on tour with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So, Tisha said, don't get in it. Kiki has proven to Tisha, apparently, that Tisha said that Kiki has proven to her that Kiki's a liar. She's done for real, for real. I just want to say the feeling's mutual. You're not that important, Tisha. You are a part of an ensemble. You will never be a star. Because, see, a star has to recognize that the world is bigger than them. The star has to care about the details that no one wants to care about. But the biggest thing, a star has to be willing to give, and you have no room to give because you don't give yourself love, truth, and honesty of owning up so you can rise up. Okay? So Marceau and Stormy move past their beef, if you will. And, Stormy tried to get under his skin. Well, of course, you mean to tell me that, you don't want me for the expo or the expo, but yet you bring me on because Melody didn't want to be a part of it. And not to mention, too, it's like, I think the thing that really gets to me about Marceau and Tisha is that if you're not on their side, you're an enemy to them at all costs. And I just truly don't get, like, you disrespected Stormy and Courtney in the feedback meeting. Tisha didn't realize that her website had Canvas Beauty's email address. So you think all that disrespect should just be allowed? No, Stormy had every right to get under your skin. Had every right to get under your skin. I'm going to get to that, Janika, because I got a lot to say on that as well. So with that being said, when the moment happened with Marceau and Stormy about, have you seen your friend? Have you seen somebody do drugs? And she said her best friend. Hey, Nikki News, glad to have you here. And she said her best friend who used to watch her son. And Marceau said that, I didn't think about this at the time. Marceau, come here. When do you ever think, bruh? When do you ever think? Really, when have you ever had a thought that actually contributed to something important? #never. So Marceau said that, the son wasn't that old. It doesn't matter. That's Stormy's experience. You can't tell somebody what their experience should be or is because you're not living it. And when he got up to hug Stormy, the only reason why he did that, so that way he won't look like the actual social self-hole that he is. That's the only reason why he did that. Otherwise, he would have just let Stormy cry. I really believe that. And the only reason why he's still above ground is because Stormy did not tell Courtney what happened, because otherwise that grill would not be the only thing on fire. Real talk. The fire of his toxic mouth would have been extinguished and may not have been able to ever form a fire. There's some people that believe family's police. Marceau, your warrant is coming, bro. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. But anyway, so Tisha said it was a real moment. It was a moment for her. It was a real moment for her. Really, Tisha? Really, it was a real moment. I'm so glad that you are. I'm so glad that you're aware of someone else's humanity, but you can't recognize your cousin's humanity. Where they do that at? You're giving Stormy grace, but you can't give your own cousin grace. Where they do that at? Where they do that? So, Marceau was sad to hear about Stormy. Sure you were. Okay, said no one. And he's, distraught that there was a relationship lost between Kiki and Tisha. Well, guess what? That relationship was lost because of Tisha. If you're going to put out a rumor about somebody on drugs when they're not on drugs, when you got your unk saying that you and your husband aren't together, and when anything and everything gets made up to drag a person, yeah, guess what? That relationship will be #fractured forever. Forever, ever, 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 and ever, ever. So he really cares for Kiki. Like I said, your actions would have shown different. You don't care for Kiki, bro. And he says hitting rock bottom and failure is good because that's when you grow. Well, we'll see if you got 5.6 million reasons to grow. We'll see soon enough. By the way, shout to trending at some point. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to her. Tisha, you know, Tisha says she never claims to be perfect, that she made mistakes, because Tisha has this superiority complex that she's above everybody. She's never beneath. She's never in it. She's always above it, allegedly. And so, Kiki and other people have had that conception. Hey, Tyler, in 10 months, G-Mom, has had, oh, thank you, Meg Anderson. I appreciate you. Lovely Tea was awesome. Thank you, Queen. But yeah, so, Tisha has had this, aura around her of that, she's always perfect. She never makes mistakes, this, that, all around the world. Tisha, the reason why people think that is because you don't hold yourself accountable. And that's where it leads to Marcel saying that you need to hold yourself to be more accountable. And so it wasn't a huge disagreement, but I saw 0.01% of intelligence from Marcel. And that's not saying a lot. So Tisha asked for an example. The example that he gave was at the feedback meeting that, she got defensive about the lack of organization. And I found it interesting. You could give the example, but you couldn't tell who said it. You couldn't give Melody her credit? Really, bro? Really? Okay. All right. It is what it is. So, Tisha was upset by that example. And she was like, of course I'll take accountability. Of course I'll. It's basically just like saying yes, mom, or yes, dad, to shut them up. Basically. And so, Marcel said that it was a setup because you're not being accountable for embracing in this moment that you did wrong at that moment. Like I said, 0.01% of intelligence from Marcel. Good for you. Now, let's keep going. By the way, shout out to Lovely T. She will get to 1 million subscribers. I can't wait for that. Y'all go over Lovely T and see my appearance. It was a great time. So we get over to Melody now. And y'all know Melody is in the middle of her name-changing ceremony. So Gigi, the party planner, comes over. And the programs are finished. And, Melody and Gigi are talking. Then Melody's mom, Vanessa, comes over. For the first time in a while, we see Vanessa. So it takes 4 hours for Vanessa, Melody's mom, to get to her. I'm like, that's a drive. But, of course, when you're a real mom or a real dad, you're going to love your kids no matter what. So, the program's out, the menu's out, the song is out, and the thank you is out. And so the theme is take me back. So basically, I am taking me back. I'm taking my identity, the essence, and really the foundation of my soul. I'm taking that back. I thought that was such a powerful thing. And so Gigi said, let's put, take me back along the signature drink wall. So when they go over to get drinks, that they can take it back. And I thought that was very, very clever. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on Tour of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm your man, your friend, and family member, Braylon. Glad to have you all here. So at the top of the hill, they said that, Gigi said that it should display the name Rogers 4 to 5 feet. So the event is 20 to 25 people. So a very small, intimate name changing ceremony. And Melody said that she needed 2 security guards because she didn't want no hiccups. So she said that being on reality TV, having a crazy-ish husband, ex-husband, that is, she can't take any legalities of what could happen. So Gigi goes to the backyard to grab photos, and Melody gets a letter from the probate court, but she has not opened it up yet. So when she opened it up, before she opened it up, she said she was talking about how she wanted to carry the name Holden, wanted to create a legacy, but she wanted to keep a legacy with everyone under the same roof with the same last name. And so as she's opening up her letter, she is she's getting emotional because she actually got her name back. Now, by the way, can we talk? Does anybody remember Melody going into the city of Huntsville in a blue dress in any of the episodes recently, or was that just me? Because I felt like that was a throwback. Um, I feel like that was a throwback to a previous episode that we did see, or maybe it was in an earlier season. But y'all let me know in the live chat below if I'm right or wrong in that. Because when I saw that, I was just like, I don't think I saw that, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. So, with that being said, she opens up the letter. Melody opens up the letter, and she gets her name back. And Vanessa, her mom, is crying and saying, how much it took Melody to get through this thing. And Melody says she feels peaceful, like she's on a new vibration of who, I will, Frida, I will. And she's on a new vibration of being Melody Cherie Rogers. By the way, like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Right now, we're in the middle of Melody and Vanessa talking about Melody's name-changing ceremony. Glad to have you all here. The show just premiered 1 hour and 22 minutes ago. Glad to have you all here. Vanessa suggests that Melody should read her letter at the name-changing ceremony. And, when I first heard about this, like, I've never have had a name change ceremony. Hell, I haven't had a ceremony for just about anything, really. But what I appreciate about Melody is that she's very intentional and very purposely method. That if it's not about construction, she doesn't lay down the foundation for it. And so I really loved that mindset of a name-changing ceremony, unlike some other people. We'll get to that soon enough here. So Stormy is going over to Kiki's house, Kiki's new house. So Kiki was cleaning, but she was not supposed to be dressed like this or like that, and that Armin was going to bring a different set of clothes. So then Kiki's oldest son is talked about again. Now, y'all, listen, I'm going to need y'all to quit recycling storylines, because this son is just trying to mind his own business, play football, and be a loving son. Like, come on. And I know it's circumstantial, right? But still, at the end of the day, kids are kids, y'all. Like, come on. So, the barbecue is talked about again. And so Kiki says, I'm sorry for putting you, Stormy, in the middle of that, because that was a very knees, weak, arms heavy, like spaghetti situation. Hashtag, oh, there goes gravity. So, Stormy felt that Kiki felt invisible. And also Kiki feels the same way. And, I will say this. At the end of the day, I truly feel that if you have to put that much energy to make someone else invisible, you do realize somebody's making you invisible in their life too, behind your back, right? It's usually from the person that you know the most. Listen. So as we are seeing here, Kiki said that this was planned by Tisha and her wife, and that he's a madam. Now, for those of you who don't know what a madam is, a madam is basically the house mother of a brothel. If you watch the Billie Holiday movie, hey Victoria, glad to have you here. If you watch the Billie Holiday movie with Diana Ross, her mom was a madam and ran the brothel. So just take that for what you will. So Kiki can see Marceau with her anime self Tisha playing out not to talk to Kiki. And people have scolded Kiki for trying to keep a relationship with Tisha from the time that Kiki and Tisha were 13 years old. And Kiki said that Tisha and Marceau can kick rocks. And I agree. At the end of the day, your piece is like a collector's item. It is one of one. Once you give that piece away, it's hard to get back. So no, I agree, kick rocks. And for everybody saying, oh, can we come together and kumbaya and be this? Some people want to be in strife. Some people want to be in brokenness. Some people want to be in hate. Some people want to be in smithereens. And some people, they have nothing good going on in their life. There's nothing good in them. and I haven't said this quote in a while, but their mama's launch pad was broken. Their daddy rocket was under recall. And because they were the launch failure that came out, they weren't a successful launch. They weren't born as a star in heaven for anybody to care about. They were born as dust in hell. That's Tisha and Marcel, and plenty of other people in your life, my life, and all of our lives, okay? So, with that being said, Kiki says that there is love there, but she wishes she did not love Tisha. I understand that because at the end of the day, you only got one family, but love also has a limit too. Just because you're born into a family doesn't mean that you embrace them as family. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody goes through that in their own capacity, whether it's friendships, relationships, acquaintances, co-workers. I mean, we're all in a ship in some shape, form, or fashion. So, and Cheryl Rose, welcome and glad to have you here. So Marceau was implying that Kiki was on drugs in the present and that her actions were because of the drugs. That's what Stormy said, that Marceau said at the barbecue after, Kiki and Armin left. And so Kiki is saying in her confessional, teacher's looking stupid for sticking beside him, avoiding that he's cheated, that you should have known it when you were that he was in Africa. You should have known when you got the booby pig. And so Kiki is now prepared to not receive love from Tisha and Marcel. She wasn't prepared for it at the barbecue, but now she is. And so Kiki didn't want to get at Tisha. She wanted to get at Tiffany. Because apparently Tiffany came super late. And even Maurice said, we weren't expecting you. And yet you say, why is Kiki here and why does she exist? I mean, the only thing we've seen from you is be shady to a person that you don't know and you being stressed out, but yet you're not owning up to your behavior in the situation. And you have Ace, right? And you feel like you're not being your best to everybody, but yet you have time to cause strife. Okay. Your time management skills may be off, and you might need to go get that checked. I think they may have consultants, business consultants or, life coaches for getting time management, right again. But seriously, I mean, Tiffany, you're poking the bear and you know it. You're basically a female Marcel. Not that bad as Marcel, but you have Marcel tendencies, okay? So, with that being said, Kiki is tired of Tiffany having Kiki's name in her mouth. And so the Carlos King interview is brought up, and Kiki, thought it was comical. Stormy did not expect Tiffany to say that she was better than Kiki. It shocked Stormy. And so, Kiki says that Tiffany was talking rap or ish about Stormy's products. And also, apparently, Tiffany talked to Melody about Kiki and Armin's move of how they're going to do it, but the son doesn't live there. It's not your business, Tiffany. Go get some business to attend to. Damn. But anyway, so, Stormy's trying to stay neutral, but, Tiffany's making it hard. Kiki believes that Tiffany is jealous, and Stormy's going to wait and see if Tiffany will say it to her face. If Tiffany says it, she says it. But if she doesn't, she doesn't, because Tiffany can't stop what Stormy's doing. And, from Kiki's point of view, Kiki believes that Tiffany says that she doesn't care, but Tiffany's going around talking about Kiki. And so that energy empowers Kiki rather. And, I would say, listen, just because it empowers you doesn't mean that is necessary power. I'm saying again, just because it empowers you doesn't mean that power is necessary. What should empower you is your family, your friends. What should empower you is your creative writing. Like, allow yourself to be empowered by things that will elevate you, not hold you back. You know what I mean? So we're almost done with the review, everybody. Then I'm going to drop the links so you guys can come up because I know you guys got a lot to say. I got a lot to hear. We got a lot to talk about. We're glad to have all you here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Higher is way and low is available. But we are live on tour. I am your host, Braylon, for Braylon's Virtual Tour live right here on YouTube. We're live on tour with Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 23, After Show. Glad to have all of you here. Much love to all of you. So we get to Melody and this workout. So Melody invites Tisha and Kimmy for a workout session with Miss Deborah, who is Melody's personal trainer. Tisha doesn't want to meet with anyone after the barbecue. Do you not want to meet with anybody after the barbecue because you're going to get questions about how you feel, and then because you don't want constructive criticism or you don't want to be poked as a bear, but yet you poke other people as bears, you're going to get up and walk away like the little girl that throws a brat tantrum because you don't get your way? Because this is not BK where you can have it your way. You're trying to create a whopper of a problem, but yet nobody put in that order to complete it. In the words of Nene Leaks, hashtag I said what I said. So Melody feels that Tisha's energy is off. Kimmy pulls up in her new ride, that Rubicon. Kimmy also feels that Tisha's energy is off too. So they talk to Miss Deborah, and Miss Deborah is telling Kiki, Tisha, and Melody about the exercises that they'll be doing, and Melody is being considerate of Kimmy and her breathing. Because, she is still in recovery treatments for cancer. And sometimes when you do get cancer, you do treatment, sometimes you may need a bone marrow transplant. Robin Roberts went through that when Sally Ann Roberts gave some of her bone marrow to Robin Roberts. So just a little context there. But basically, Kimmy's breathing is irregular, and so Kimmy. So Kimmy says she knows when her body tells her to stop. And I think that was very nice to be considerate of that. And by the way, shout out to 41 Fit. You guys can catch her on Trinidad at some point during the lunchtime hour. That's 5 minutes with Fit. It's amazing. 41 Fit is such a lovely person, and so. When it comes to working out, of course, talk with your physician, talk with your trainer, and realize everybody's trying to get healthy, but there's different levels and stages to it. But I do appreciate the fact that Melody was cognizant of that even though I invite Kimmy out, that doesn't mean she's going to be able to do everything. So whenever you're going through something, you need accountability partners, and that's what Melody is for Kimmy. So, as the workout is happening, Kimmy says the workout is hard. And Kimmy believes there should be levels to it: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And so she's at beginner level. And so then, after the workout's over, Kimmy, Tisha, and Melody all sit down on the floor. And so Melody is asking, how are you doing to Kimmy? And Kimmy says that, her body's fine. It's just her breathing is off. So Kimmy has some tests at the doctor that the doctor gave her, and she did not pass them. And the doctor said that was not going to get any better. But Kimmy said to the doctor, the devil is a lie. And I totally agree. The devil will be a lie. It will be cast into the pit of hell. And guess what? The devil's already on fire. But, here's the thing. The devil was a fallen angel. So being a fallen angel, you're still an angel. You can cause destruction or construction. In the words of Olmec from Legend of the Hidden Temple, the choices are yours and yours alone. But I'm so proud that Kimmy said, look, that may be you, but that's not me. And it is really a mentality of knowing that you can make it that's going to give you that energy to be able to invest in physically to overcome any obstacle coming your way. So then, they talk about the barbecue. And so Tisha said what happened at the barbecue is similar to what happened with Tisha and Kiki over the years. The time that Tisha was hanging out with them was when she pulled back from Kiki because Kiki made threats back then. and Kiki is still doing the same thing now. She doesn't want that lifestyle around her. So you think doing drugs is a bad lifestyle? I mean, there are people who are addicted to pain pills because they want the pain to go away. And, if we really want to be real here, Tisha, stealing from Home Depot versus $5.6 million. So you tell me which lifestyle is worse. Stealing from Home Depot, which I'm not condoning stealing, but stealing from Home Depot of $5.6 million because you are not responsible for completing jobs. You let me know which lifestyle is bad. Actually, you know what? Let me know which lifestyle you would you rather live. hmm it just boggles my mind that Tisha is so quick to jump on everybody else, but when she gets jumped on, she wants to leave the playground, tell the teacher I got hurt, when basically she was the boy on the playground hurting somebody else. But anyway, so she basically said that somebody having nothing to lose and being on drugs is dangerous. So Melody asked, do you feel that she is still doing drugs? And Tisha says she knows. And Melody asked how. Tisha says she knows. Family members are calling her and Kiki is asking them for money. You know, at the end of the day, like, you just do not understand respect, boundaries, and tolerance for other people. Because guess what? If she's doing that, okay, let's see your closet. You're not that clean either, Tisha. You're not. He or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. Teen can cast it, shut the hell up talking to me. Casted way too many stones. Casted way too many stones. Because you do realize stones can be thrown back at you, right? Okay. So, like Tisha said that, she knows that when there's a certain type of behavior that's coming up. Melody asked, when's the last time that you and Kiki talked? Tisha said it was a conversation. Melody asked if it was a tough conversation. Tisha said no, it was not a tough conversation. It did not warrant the reaction we got at the barbecue. So like I said, Tisha throws a tantrum like a child, not getting her way. And so Melody feels that Tisha's avoiding the conversation with her and Kiki based on Marcel maybe having an affair. So Melody said that we're going to ask you questions so you can get how you feel. She said this is her confessional. Melody did speak with Kiki. She told Kimmy and Tisha, and that, Kiki did feel bad for what she did, but she felt disrespected by not saying hi back. So Melody said to Tisha that maybe based on that conversation and that interaction, maybe this is the reason for what's happened. And Tisha says no. And then Tisha later on says, I'm about to go. I'm about to go. It's just like, okay, well, I mean, nobody asked you to be here. I mean, sure, Melody asked you to be there and you honored your commitment, which 0.01% of intelligence for you, just like your 0.01% of intelligence of your husband. Good for y'all. That's what, 2%? Really didn't move the needle much. But at the end of the day, like, you can't expect people not to question you, but you question everybody else. It's the black dacity and the black hypocrisy for me. So Melody then says, to Kimmy that Tisha is not over it, and is bothered, and Melody feels that Tisha is not fine. So Kimmy said that she didn't take it that I'm happy, I'm fine. It's more of I don't want to talk about it no more, and I'm fine. It's a problem. Now, at the end of the day, if you have a problem, you can continue being a problem. You can become a solution. And did y'all notice something with that conversation with Melody, Kimmy, and Tisha? Guess who wasn't asking questions about Kimmy's health? Tisha. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Y'all don't find that weird? Let me do it right. That's suspicious. That's weird. That's out of line. I was trying to think of something, but y'all get the point. For you to sit there and for your sister-in-law to go through cancer, for you not to ask one question, Like, I see why you and Marceau are so well connected as a couple, because y'all have no room to give or care about anybody else. So y'all two selfish people that like to be selfish together because you have no capacity to give. I just found that interesting that, Tisha did not ask Kimmy any questions about um, anything about her cancer. But anyway, so then we get to Martell. 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 Bruh, need you to stop. We need you to stop here, stop there, stop everywhere. Because, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So Martell pulls up to the Fletcher's house and he brings a nest wine over for the family dinner because Chris asked. Nell says she is watering her flat, and then Nell is outside watering her flowers. So Nell said that Martell looked handsome, and Martell took the compliment and asked, when is Chris coming back? And so Nell said that Chris ran up to his office for some real estate business, that he should be back shortly. And so Nell's going to bring him into the house, but she remembered, like, wait a minute, my husband ain't home. And that's just respect for my husband and wives. You come over when my partner's over. That's it. That's all. That's kaput. So, they sit on the steps and they talk about the barbecue and how crazy the barbecue was. Not in depth like everybody else, but they do discuss it. And so, the conversation of, should Melody speak or not to Martell? And Nell said that Melody should have spoken. It doesn't hurt to speak. That is true if that person has some good in them that you're willing to see their totality. But in the case of Martell, I understand why Melody didn't speak. Because guess what? We got nothing to talk about. You know what you did to me. And I need to be on my path of healing, and that means not acknowledging you. I respected it. But I also respect Nell for trying to have peace in the valley as well. So Nell tells him about the name-changing ceremony. He has heard about it, and Martell feels that it's a realization that's really real. The kids are named Holt and the special moments that they had. And, Nell says it's hard to be in the midst of what Martell and Melody have going on, and being their friends is hard too. I can only imagine that you're trying to support two people and be neutral in that these are two individuals that you both care about. So I feel, I empathize, and I support the Fletchers in that. So as we keep going here, as we keep rolling on this tour, Nell is attending, and Martell feels that she should go. Martell, this is not elementary school where you need a permission slip to go. You are not the teacher. You don't give the rules. Okay? Lord help. So the name changing party, you know, Martell says he doesn't understand why there's a name changing party. Nell said, well, people have a divorce party, and Martell says they've been divorced for 2 years, but the name changing party is a slap in the face to him, and she's being spiteful. So she's being spiteful by going back to her original name. Do you not know how kind she's been to you in the media, sir? Like, she could write a whole tell-all book about you, and it would be sold out. Like, OWN could do a OWN spotlight on Melody's new book, and it would be gone. Sir, you need to stop. You know what's really amazing to me with Martell? He wants to be so right that he's willing to be happy to cause destruction in somebody's life. That's just crazy to me. So, it's not, and Martell then says it's not like she did something amazing with the name Rogers. And those are some good people. Really? Dude, that family took you in as family. They are the grandmothers, grandparents, yeah, the uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, everybody between. They love your kids, bruh. And honestly, you better be lucky this family doesn't have a gangsterling side to them. It's like I said before, some people believe family is police, bruh. To dismiss a family that allowed you to be family to one of their own, with friends like that, who needs enemies? So as we keep rolling here, my lord, my lord, my lord, my lord, my lord, my lord. So Martell feels that Melody is smiling in his face and that he's being passive aggressive. To me, I think that he was being passive aggressive. Let me just let me flip it, reverse it, and get it straight. That I felt like he was being passive aggressive. I'm like, okay, enjoy the party. Like, eat a cupcake for me. Like, dude, just you don't care. Just say you don't care. We get it, and just move on. And Nell said, whether you seen this coming or not, I told you that this was going to happen. So, Nell said that he was smiling in Melody's face with the affair. Martell brings up Melody having an affair while they were legally married. Sir, whether she would have had an affair with me, Michael Strahan, or any brother that she wanted to, you the one who went outside and had a kid. Not to mention she gave you a second chance after that. Do you know the hardest chance with a woman is the first chance to get with a woman? Because it takes so much time, energy, and commitment for her to be that open, to provide a space in her soul for you, bro. So no, that first chance you had, you screwed it. And you screwed it because you didn't want to be responsible for giving a care about that chance. So anyway. So, by the way, did y'all notice that Martell's shoes were scuffed up and roughed up? I'm like, dude, really? Really? So you couldn't find like any shoes that did have the sole. Like, I mean, it was like his foot was like out right there. She was out right there. So, Nell knows nothing about the affair, and Martell asks her, have you asked her about it? And Nell said no. And Lord help. And Melody says it's not true. He can bring his proof that it is true. And Nell said, we're not getting anywhere with this. And, Nell said that she's not different when it comes to cheating with him and Chris. And Martell then asks Nell, did you cheat? And tries to use if you didn't do it, you shouldn't be on their team. You know what? Honestly, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't have to have a team to support you. But anyway, so, Martell said that women have to stop coming at men so hard like you do. And Nell said, well, maybe men should uck up all the time. And I agree with that. I think that goes both ways. If you do not want somebody coming at you as a man, then the words of Shaquille O'Neal, #man up. And it's the same thing with women that, men and women, individuals have to all hold themselves accountable. If you don't want no smoke, don't give room for smoke to come your way. Okay. So then, Martell says that he hasn't cheated 3 to 4 years. And Nell said, well, that's because you're single. You do what the hell you want to do. So Nell is resolved in going. And then, like I said before, Martell said, enjoy, eat a cupcake. And Nell said, I'm going to eat more than a cupcake. I wanted to say, like, guess what? It ain't going to be for you. Now, I can go get you some cupcakes so you can feel like so you can have yourself a pity party. Hey, Rude Jones, good to see you, Queen. Glad to have you here. By the way, welcome in, everybody. Higher is weighing, lows available. But either way, we are live on tour. We are traveling the highways and byways of love and marriage, Huntsville. The show aired 1 hour 50 minutes ago, and we have been on the highways and byways of possibilities. We can be with this show for 50 minutes and 29 seconds. Glad to have all you here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We're in the middle of Martell and Nell talking right now. Glad to have all you here. One love, much love, all of it. Thank you all for being here. So, so Nell's resolved and going. And like I said, if you want cupcakes, Nell could get you some cupcake money so you can, throw a pity party. Go right ahead. You'll be the only person to. Coleslaw will be there. And by the way, can somebody explain to me, is gingerbread houses for Halloween or are they for Christmas? That's what I thought, because when I saw the gingerbread houses, I'm like, dude, that's a scary house. Like, I get interpretation, but like, dude, gingerbread is for Christmas. Although gingerbread though is a good flavor though. There's a place in my town where you get gingerbread as a flavor. That stuff is good. It's got like nutmeg and cinnamon, all types of other good spices. But anyway, but yeah, I was just like, okay, bruh, okay. So, Nell says the truth hurts, but she still loves him. The Fletchers have been showing too much love. You disrespect Chris's wife at their house by screaming at her. You squatted in a home that he was supposed to. Hello, hi. You squatted in a home that Chris was supposed to sell. And dude, it just seems like you are such a user that you're never a giver. Like, at that point, like, we would not have been friends. If Nell was my wife, we would not be friends with Martell. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Sam, I am. So, Martell says that you can't say partial of the truth, and Nell doesn't want to hold Melody accountable. Women don't want to hold other women accountable. Martell, I'm just gonna say this right now. You should never go against a woman, especially on camera. Because here's the thing. Women do hold women accountable, but men should also hold other men accountable. And you can't tell somebody what they should do when you haven't taken responsibility for what you did, bro. I'm 29 years old in a relationship, still figuring out how to be in one. But I know good to damn well I would rather stay by myself than be an asshole to somebody, bro. You got kids. You have a wife who put up with a lot of stuff that no other woman probably will. And not to mention, too, you are being a victim of your own demise. Where they do that, bro? Where they do that? So Nell says that she can't agree to something that she doesn't know. And Nell says that she should have to ask about Melody's affairs because he started it and he should have kept it at the house. So then we finally get to the preview. Nell and Chris are talking about, Nell and Martell's conversation really pissed her off. So then Melody's name changing ceremony happens in the next episode, and that that Martell is upset that he's changing the name that he gave her. You gave her Holt. You didn't give her Rogers. She was already Rogers. So, and Melody said that's narcissistic behavior, and that's why I am celebrating today my freedom. So then, Stormy thinks that Kiki and Tiffany can be cool, and Tiffany can be cool with anyone. Well, I mean, princes and princesses do what they want to do for attention. Kings and queens do things for a purpose. If you're about, you would have executed the energy a long time ago. But anyway, so, Stormy said that Tiffany be throwing more shade, and that Carl's King interview was hard for her to watch. And Nell and Chris have a family dinner. Y'all saw Nell at the end, right? I'm just going to be real with y'all. There's definitely a lot more to that story. And, I think we need a palate cleanser. I think Nell and her family are going to be a palate cleanser in the next episode. I just got a good old feeling. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our review. Y'all, we did in 55 minutes and 14 seconds. Y'all, my Lord, I can't believe this has been under an hour. Freda Ratney said, you see that too. Maurice pays more attention to Tisha than to Kimmy. And where are their jobs at? Maurice get his butt crack over AC's house where the other child is at. Melody takes her birth name back. I think you meant Martell. So what I'm going to do right now for you all is drop the link because I know y'all got a lot to say. I got a lot to hear. I will buy that book. I pray she keeps a person around her to stay safe away from Martell. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. So let me try to get the link here. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna have to do a couple of hey, everyone. There we go. Oh, nope. Give me. Okay, I'm gonna have to do hey one more time. You pin the message there. All right, the link is pinned, everybody. If you want to come up, feel free. I would love to hear from all of you. By the way, let me shout out to the people that are here. Frina Ratney, thank you. Rue Jones, thank you. Shirley, thank you. Phyllis Crawford, thank you. Victoria, thank you. Nikki News, thank you. Meg Anderson, thank you so much here. Let me make sure I'm getting everybody. Janika Thompson, thank you. Shirley, thank you. Vanessa Jackson, thank you. Francois, thank you. And Jeanette GL, thank you. Designs and Decor, who posted a comment at 10:46 a.m. this morning. Thank you so much. Y'all come on up. Feel free. I'm gonna turn off my camera for a minute because, first of all, I need to eat, and I do not want to eat on camera in front of y'all. I do not want to do that because I'm a messy person when I eat. But you know, messy isn't a bad thing if it's got good flavor.
Are you trying to make it for you?
But anyway, glad to have all of you here. So what are y'all thinking about the episode? As I make me something to eat here. I mean, it was quite a lot. I mean, when I think of this episode, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry. As I think of this episode, I really do think of the sad travesty that will be the show. Thank you, Frida. I appreciate you so much. I'm doing the best I can, like all of you. When I think of this episode, I really do think of legacy. And what I mean by legacy is like I don't really understand how in the world can you allow yourself to put yourself on display like this, knowing that there's going to be another chapter at some time, right? And for you to be on that chapter now the way you are, I just truly do not get why you waste yourself away from that. You know what I mean? I truly do not understand it at all. Sorry, I was trying to find something here. Hang on one second, y'all. I'm still right here. Yeah, I'm still here with y'all. But yeah, what do y'all? So what was the biggest part for y'all? Like I said, feel free to come on up. Say that again.
There's Philly cheesesteak hot pockets in the freezer.
Okay.
On the door.
You know what? I'll do some corn dogs. But yeah, that's the big thing with me is like it really is truly about legacy because like at the end of thank you so much, Victoria. I appreciate that. And listen, I try my very best to be fair to everybody. I really mean that. Like if you're on the show, I'm going to talk about you. I don't think that there's not anybody in these YouTube streets that cannot say that Braylon is not fair. I think I'm probably more gracious than I should be. But yeah, it's just like you guys don't realize like when this chapter is over, what are y'all going to do? Like Melody is going to be fine. I really do feel like Kimmy could be fine if she leans into the fact that she overcame cancer and really, and not to mention too, like there could be a special series on health with Kimmy. You know what I mean? I don't get why these people are so bogged down in being on this show that much because not every show lasts. Like y'all made it to 100 episodes, whoop de freaking damn do. But have y'all heard of any cable network picking them up at all? I mean, at all. You know what I mean? It's quite sad, honestly. It is quite sad. I truly do not get it. Um, I don't know. I just truly do not know. And then, like, can we talk about faking emotion? Like, for, for, sorry, I'm just cooking something. For those of you, what did y'all think about, Marceau saying, what did y'all think about Marceau saying that he was trying to say sorry to Storm? Because I didn't feel like he really cared. I feel like he really did care. You know what I mean? There we go. I feel like he truly did not care about Stormy. I don't feel like he cares about anybody. Like I said before, if you are not on his side, you are absolute enemy. And I know that he had bad childhood, but like that doesn't give you the right to be mean to people. And like I said, I'm going through my own emotions right now. Had something happened today where I was trying to do good and so good and invest good, and they took it the wrong way. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on with you, but God bless you on the journey. And I've come to realize that some people just may not have ever, and I mean may not have ever had anybody in their corner. But at that point, just say you've never had anybody in your corner. Just don't be mean to be mean. And my thing is this, like, how can you put up with somebody that doesn't have emotional intelligence? Like, if they don't have emotional intelligence about hurting other people, how are they gonna have emotional intelligence when caring about you? And like I said, I'm far from perfect. Far from perfect. But in the same token, though, I do know right is right and wrong is wrong. I try my very best to execute the morals and values and the also that my parents and my village gave me. But it gets hard sometimes to wake up. It does. When you see illings and nappings and people just being hateful to be hateful, it does really send you to spin. Even with Kiki and her son, I'm not going to sit here in front. Like, I went to a magnet school, and I'm so glad that I did get to go to magnet school. I got to be in choir and have some amazing friends, and I had to do radio broadcasting classes in the morning, and my class in my high school classes in the evening. So I was like a black little Ryan Seacrest, and I enjoyed that because education is the great equalizer. I don't get why y'all are so caught up. Not y'all, but I don't get why people are so caught up on Kiki and Armin moving for their kid. That should be celebrated. Like it just seems like whatever somebody does on this show is never good enough, but yet y'all ain't doing a thing. To me, does that make sense? Am I making sense to y'all? Is it just me? And then like I said, with now there's no huh corn dogs. I was just going to say that there's no way that I would ever be rude to a woman, ever. Okay. I don't know how he had the black dassy. When I'm talking about Martell, I don't know how he had the black dassy and the black hypocrisy to be on that doorstep and to scream at Nell like that. Do you not know there's a whole human being in front of you? And I feel that Chris is trying to restrain himself because he's a bruh. Guess what? Bruhs check bruhs. You should sit him down and be like, listen, I don't know what's going on with you, but this is your one time warning. The next time won't be a next time. You gotta handle Martell like he's a kid. because that's what he is. He is a child. He's a child that doesn't know consequences, doesn't care about consequences, and doesn't want to be about, he doesn't want to be about elevating himself to know that he can be a solution. Because I just don't know of how you could get away with that behavior for that long. You know what I mean? I truly just do not get it. Let me see what else here, because there was a lot tonight. There was a lot tonight. And like I said, with Kiki, I feel for Kiki. And like I said, do y'all, and let me ask you this, do y'all feel that Stormy is getting a arc? And what I mean by that, do y'all feel like Stormy is on a redemption arc right now? Because she is emerging to me. I feel like she's emerging as the voice of reason in a way that I don't think anybody asked her to be. But I think we're here for it because somebody has to be the voice of reason. And, I know Stormy is Stormy, right? By the way, y'all, I can't wait to see that party in the pasture. The one that I broke this past summer, the season rap party. I can't wait to see how that turns out. But I feel that coming up here soon, we're going to get to see more of Stormy's humanity in such a way that maybe she might gain a new audience. Do you want any drink? Okay. I truly feel we're going to see Stormy in such a new way that I think she may get some new people. Not a lot. Because, she's going to have to prove herself over a period of time. Bless you, beautiful.
She busted her head through the door like, "Here's Johnny."
Okay.
She's like, "Did you fuck him?"
Lord help.
Okay. I ain't never seen two virgins so scared before in my life.
Lord help. But yeah, that's why I truly feel that Stormy is having a redemption arc, and I'm here for it. And with Kiki, I hope that she is moving forward. Don't think about that waste of a family. And I know that saying a waste of a family is wrong, but some people are a waste, y'all. That's why they have a garbage dump. This is exactly why they have a garbage dump. To get rid of things that do not matter anymore. And I try to care for everybody. I really do, but I also have my limits. I do. I have my limits. And like I said, I feel like Kiki wears her heart on her sleeve. And when you wear your heart on your sleeve, it's a double-edged sword because the love that you're given can be powerful, and the love that you're not getting can hurt you. You know what I mean? And so with Melody and this name changing ceremony, the vibe I got from was just such a relief of knowing, my Lord, knowing, I see that, knowing that at the end of the day, just because this life is over doesn't mean I don't have more life. And I feel that for a lot of us, we feel that, when something is over, we feel like everything is over. But just like a book, that chapter's over, but that doesn't mean your book is over. And so I can't wait to see the name changing ceremony. And then, of course, Natisha and Marcel, we already talked about them. They exist, they're in the world. God bless them on their journey. And then, like I said, with the drug tests, it was a bit dicey to do that. But I'm glad that they did, because at the reunion, we're going to have to see that clip of, put up or shut up. And at the end of the day, I feel like Marcel and Tisha, they are so broken, they will never be able to see the painful truth of what they need to work on. So those are just some of my thoughts about tonight's episode. If you want to come on up, feel free. I'm going to close my mic for a minute because I don't want to chew on air with y'all. So give me a moment. Hey, glad to have all of you here. Hopefully, all is well for all of you. Hire is waiting, low is available. We are live on tour with Love and Marriage Huntsville. We've been on the highways and byways, possibilities of what can be for 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 25 seconds now. Got the review done under an hour, which is absolutely bonkers to me. Yes, I know I said bonkers. So I'm looking at y'all right now, and it looks like that Martell one y'all really liking. So let me let y'all see the thumbnail here. Now let me get the thumbnail here. And this is exactly what I meant to. Not that one. Oh, yep, this one. So y'all see it. You see it. You see it. Martell, whether her name is Melody Cherie Lee or Melody Cherie Strahan or whoever, one thing to know, two things for sure, she is not a hoe. Now go play at Chuck E. Cheese, you child. Listen, I told y'all, I do not play by my thumbnail game at all. Like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to come up and give your take on the episode, feel free to hit that StreamYard link and you'll be right up here with me. I mean, what do y'all think of the thumbnail? Did I make it accurate enough or not? But yeah, so that's that one there. I'm going to show y'all the rest of them so y'all can know what to look for. Like I said, I try to be original in every thumbnail. I feel like once you guys see my thumbnail, you know it's me. So let me stop it here. Go to video. Shout out to Brown Skin Girl, by the way, who is also live with a post show. Shout out to her.
I don't want to fucking hear it.
This one here.
Ma'am?
I think y'all gonna love this one. Oh, look at that one. Now, for all you old school heads, Just My Imagination Running Away With Me. Y'all know that song. I just used it, and y'all see what the TSA stands for, right? Truth Security Administration pre-check. They ain't gonna make it through. I see here that you packed 20 lies. Yes, indeed. So there is that one. Let that play for a little bit. I really do like showing y'all my thumbnails because, honestly, too, it gives it good promotion of the channel. But also, too, to let y'all know what videos to look for on the channel as soon as you get done here. Because, excuse me, I know for some of you, you guys are still going to be processing the episode. So All these videos right here are for all of you. Sit there and enjoy. So there's that one. Child. So there's that one. The next one, showing y'all these. Now this one here, y'all better know where this one coming from. Y'all better know this one. Now, I had to look. I had to. Oh, try and come up, but you need some assistance. Okay, so click the link at the top. Do you see the pinned link? It says Braylon Lee StreamYard. You click that, and then I will get a notification of a pop. Once you do that, then I'll be able to see your camera and microphone. So just click that StreamYard link. Hang on, I'll drop the link again. Hang on. Okay. There you go, Victoria. Just click that link that just dropped. You'll be able to come straight on up. But you know, y'all know who said this, right? Maury said this. Marcel, Letitia, you said Kiki is on drugs, but the drug test determined that was a lie. I thought that was so funny. Of course, to honor one of the greats, Maury. You know what I mean? So man, one thing to know, two things for sure. I'm always going to try to find the funny in this show. I'm always going to try to find the funny in this show. But yes, indeed, here. Victoria, are you good? Let's see here. So there is that one. Videos. Okay, so. Oh, I love this one. Did y'all see that one? Y'all see it? Melody just wanted one thing, her name. Hashtag walking down 7th Avenue with joy. Walking down 7th Avenue with joy. Walking down 7th Avenue with joy. Yes, indeed, there. So there's that one. I'll let that play for a little bit. Hang on, let's see. Oh, okay. Victoria's up here. Let me add her to stage. Hey, Victoria, welcome in.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yes, I can. How are you, Victoria?
Good. Do I need to turn down my TV?
It would help just a little bit.
Okay, hold on. This is my first. I don't know if you can see me or not.
Yes, we can.
Okay, this is my first time coming up.
And well, congratulations.
Thank you. You know, I didn't have the nerve, but I just wanted to congratulate you on a job well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. But my intake, I'm going to start off with Kimmy first.
Sure.
Okay. I am a breast cancer survivor. And
okay, congratulations on that.
I have put that in your chat before. And
Sure.
the things that she portray, that's not my story, and that's not a lot of people's story. Now I went ahead and chose to have a mastectomy done.
Okay.
And, I had to go through the chemo. I went through aggressive chemotherapy, and where I
Sure.
lost my hair, I had both my breasts cut off because they were saying when you do have cancer, sometimes it could go into the next breast. And
Hmm.
the doctor had told me that, you can opt to not go ahead and cut your breasts off. It's up to you, but your chances of having cancer will be like 10% or less of it coming back. And so I decided to. I talked with my husband. I started to take a start with a new slate because they have implants and all that other stuff.
Absolutely.
But more humble. And I did go through a bout of depression. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And during my reconstruction therapy and stuff, it just made me and the people around me where I just wanted to do more to help them. But
Absolutely.
but the way that she's going about it, it's like, yeah, I had it, no big deal. I'm back out here showing everything I can show. You know, Still being messy as I don't know what. And with my journey, it brought me more peace and love for everybody. I try to find everybody, all the mess,
Absolutely.
and all that mess in the back of my, because I'm like a 5-year survivor,
Right.
and I still go every year because it stays in the back of your mind what something could happen. So I
Absolutely. Hey,
go
hey,
every.
Victoria. I think your mic is going kind of in and out as you're speaking. I don't know.
Do I need to turn this way?
No, I think you're. Let's see. Try now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So what I'm sitting up here trying to eat too, just like you. I stopped and got me some Chinese food.
Yes, indeed.
But it made me I always have that inkling in the back of my head, what if? So I go to the doctor, although I don't need to go anymore.
Right.
Just to do a check, just to make sure. But her actions just doesn't speak to, everything that me and other survivors have went through. Because
Absolutely.
she's so mean, bitter, hateful, you know?
Right.
And I didn't watch the whole show, but
Sure.
I think as far as Martell goes, the man needs help. Bottom line,
Hmm.
he can't get over his wife, and he's using any and everybody just to turn against her.
Hmm.
And he's just someone that's very dangerous.
No, he
And
is.
yeah, and as far as Kiki and Marcel go, they're like trash. They think that
I agree.
everything they say is right, and nobody else, everybody's else opinion. They make fun of it because they think that they're the ones that know everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And for, for me, what she did, it's good what she does, trying to befriend Kiki. But just I'm still a little side eye her, although I'm glad that she's, trying to make the steps or the efforts. But I still think that it might be a hidden agenda that just might pop out because, she said
Mm,
to Kiki and then she might say something else to someone else. She just might change the narrative, you know what I mean? But
absolutely.
just cause a little bit of confusion. Well, what so and so said is this, and so and so said is that, and with Marcel, how can the world he take a lie detector test using like a Fitbit watch?
Right.
You know what I mean? That makes no sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what is your intake?
No, I mean, I think everything that, first of all, thank you for your vulnerability, your transparency, and your openness to do that here. I appreciate that so much.
Mhm.
Um, no, no problem. And congratulations on coming up for the first time. It takes a lot of courage to
I
come up on
know, I
live.
know. I'm
You
scared,
know,
but I gotta do it.
no, and you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I still get nervous every time I go live here on YouTube because there's a chance that nobody could be watching.
Hmm.
But you know, I will say for everything that I've done on YouTube, I've always got views, and that's just because I just tried. But to your point, I think your intake was very well balanced because to me it seems like every some people are showing their true colors on the show, and some people are trying to put on different colors, hoping that hopefully that we forget the color that they originally had on. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, because to me, it just seems like Marceau and Tisha are chameleons, and they will camouflage into anything and everything. They will start something, and then stand back and be like, "Oh my God, did I do that?" In the words
Yeah.
of Steve Urkel.
Hmm.
With Martell, for him to be so tight about party, sir, she's having a party to move on. You had a kid on her. I don't think you have any room to talk. Um, with Kiki, like I said, I do hope that for her sake that she will move on with her happiness because life is too short. I'm trying to think who else. So, like I said with Kimmy, I am pulling for her, but I need her to access her own power.
Yeah.
Because it's getting strained now where there are people who want to root for you, but they
Yeah.
can't root for you because of the behavior that you're accepting.
Yeah.
Like I said, Marceau and Tisha, um, like I said, they're so broken, tattered, and smithereens. They can't see the forest through the trees. And like I said, it was Mila's birthday. Like you can't take off for 5 days. Y'all ain't completing no projects anyhow. Like really.
Ex-
And like I said, with the name changing ceremony, I thought that it was good for Melody to understand that she can move on and to see
yes.
that example for other people that they can move on.
Hmm.
Kiki, I think I already said that with her test. I'm glad that she passed. I think we all knew that she was going to pass. Um, and then yeah, I think that's my intake of everything.
Well, you know what? As far as you know,
I'll be in bed.
when when I was going through the cancer, when you're taking chemotherapy, it kills every cell in your body. You know what I mean? Where like I would have the treatment because I had an aggressive treatment done,
Mm,
and and it kills every cell in your body. And as far as you being intimate, that's the last thing from your mind.
correct.
You know, and I can honestly say, as far as your libido, it messes that up too because my libido still messed up. You
Right.
know, because at the age of 40 when I went through it, I had went through menopause also, and I'm still in menopause, and like this been 5 years later. So the chemotherapy, it cuts off your menstruation. It does everything. You know what I mean? And you can't
Absolutely.
be around a lot of people because your immune system is so weak when you're so tired, burnt out.
Right.
And the way that she's just around people and they're smoking and they're drinking, I since I had it, I haven't had a drink. I just don't feel like drinking anymore. I'm just trying to live a healthy life now. But
Right.
just the things that she doesn't really add up,
Hmm.
in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Janika Thompson said, but when you have a husband, you have to have tough conversations. Absolutely, you do, but you also have to have the soul for that conversation as well.
Yeah. And
Um,
I did have that conversation with my husband, and he knew it, and he understood where I was coming from. You know what I mean? I just didn't have the drive, and slowly, like I said, 5 years in, and I just don't, I could do without it now because like for instance with myself, when you had your both your breasts removed, it makes you less of a woman. That's how I
Mm.
feel. You know
Sure.
what I But he says it's no problem. But I still feel as though deep down in my heart that is that the one womanhood thing has been taken away from me. So, as far as trying to show your breasts and all of that. It's just, it makes you feel ugly to me because I had both mine cut off, although I had the reconstruction. And when I did have the reconstruction, I know it might sound a little bit wow, but what they do is they cut the nipple out of you, right?
Hmm.
And what they
Yes.
do is they implant it inside your thigh until you start you have to go with the breast expanders where, they have to stretch the skin back, you know what I mean, to a certain size, whatever you want your size to be. And then what they do is they take the nipple that they had implanted inside your thigh, to keep it going, um,
Right.
had got molded and deteriorated. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, that right there is non and void anymore. So then what they had to do was they tried to like reconstruct the nipple, and as they was reconstructing the nipple, they accidentally burnt it. You know what I mean? So it's like now it's just like just two baseballs.
Right.
So that's why, I'm sort of embarrassed about, taking off my top and, what I mean, and trying to be intimate. But as far as my libido drive, it has gone from maybe 100 to probably about 20%. But my husband
Right.
stands, you know what I mean? I mean, we try to get together, blase blase, but, sometimes it just don't happen, but with his
Right.
standing, he's taken his time. He has walked with me through this journey, and it's just something else. And for her to, trying to saying that she can do this and she can do that, I don't see how she can do it. I really don't. It's
No,
just
for
like
sure.
you just don't want nobody to touch you anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then when, like I said, when I did was to going through my aggressive treatments, I couldn't be in a full circle of people because, like I said, my immune system was so weak that I could catch anything. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, like after my treatment, like the next day, you had like a Lunesta shot to try to build up your white and your blood cells back.
Right.
And if she was to talk about get, deep dive deep into her situation of what happened, maybe
Sure.
the audience will get a better understanding, and that would be a better storyline than her just talking about sex. You
Yeah,
know,
no, I agree. I think she has to recognize within herself that she has the power to be able to be more. And sometimes when you haven't had the space to become more, you don't know what you can do. You know what I mean? So
hmm yeah, and just Marcel keeps gaslighting Tisha, and then she tries to involve her mom into it, and my heart just goes out to Kiki because she's trying to prove herself because she loves her cousin deeply, but her cousin's not there to accept it, and then with her husband, he's not trying to encourage,
right.
because to me, I was just having a conversation with my cousin. When you have when you have the title as a family means you just don't have the title. You have to have everything that goes with it, with the loving and the caring and the forgiving and stuff like that. And they just don't have it,
Right.
you know.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
hmm Yeah. But that's what I just wanted to tell you. And now that I know I can come up here because I don't see myself. Now that I can come up here and talk to you, I'll start coming up and sharing my views with you.
Absolutely. And you know what? I so love that you are a supporter and you seem to have good energy. And thank you for your vulnerability, your openness, and your sincerity. And
hmm
listen, I try my very best in this sector to not be so much the peace in the valley, because I don't think anybody can be the peace in the valley,
hmm
but I do try my best to be fair to everybody. And I think that, if you look at all my videos on my channel when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville, I think I've came at everybody.
You did.
There's not one person that doesn't get it.
Right.
Um, you know what I mean? And so for some people that may be like, well, what about Melody? Well, I mean, I talk about Melody too. Like there's not one cast member that I do not talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to cover other topics. I used to cover other topics of the show back in the day, but I was just like, you know what? I know right now for me and my piece, I
Mm-hmm.
know it's better for me to just cover it on Saturdays and do my 901 videos. Because at the end of the day, it reduces my stress levels.
Yeah.
Because this show, if you get too deep into the strife and the chaos, you will be in strife and chaos.
Right.
Um, but I keep doing the show because for one, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I value y'all. Number two, for everything the show is a good show
Yes.
with its faults. But number three, I've come to know some great people in this community.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I do the format the way I do is because for some of you guys are actually up watching the episode live. So that's why I go live right after the show. And
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of you, I know that the episode just aired and you guys are wanting to decompress. So for me, that's why I make the 901 video, so you guys can directly, and I mean directly after, be able to decompress. And I feel like that's a good format. So either way, whether you want to come here talk about it live or you want to watch it on your own time, you're
Right.
good.
Yes. Absolutely. And I just want you to know you're doing an excellent job. I love the way that you do your commentary. And for you to be 29, is that what you said?
Yes, indeed.
You are a very smart, intelligent young man that
Thank
I
you.
know that, once you put your mind to it, you know, you have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you very much for that, Victoria.
Most
That's very sweet.
guys that's 29, they're not as intelligent. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. You
No,
know,
I
love listening
absolutely.
to your perspective because you are well advanced for your age.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's that old soul training that I got from my family and my friends in my village. And like I said, this show is more grown than I am. I'm not married. I'm in a relationship trying to figure out how to do that. But I look at it like this. I do cover the show from the love I have and the relationships I have from my family, my friends, my girlfriend. And also, I look at marriage not from the point of actual marriage being an institution, but I look at what are we married to in terms of our
That's
standards, our requirements, and our values. And so
mm,
I cover the show that way. And in that capacity, it allows me to be less stressed out uh,
yes.
because I'm gonna be real with you. I do not know everything. I don't, and I lean into not knowing. I think that honestly makes me a better host. Um, and I think it also allows for a more productive conversation. Now, of course, we're going to agree, disagree sometimes, but I want you to be able to feel like by the time, a Love and Marriage Huntsville review is over on this channel, you'll feel like, you know what? He went after everybody, but he gave everybody grace.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more of that.
You're absolutely right. I've been married 38 years.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, 38 years. And, it's like you said, it's more to a marriage than just physical. You know,
Hmm.
and it seems like that's all they make their marriage to be is physical because, if I had days where I didn't tell my husband at first, about my cancer. I just told him I had an anesthesiologist in my head. That's why my hair was falling out. But
Sure.
I didn't actually tell him, until I had to do like Kimmy because with the treatment it was clogging up my veins, so I went and had a port put in,
Hmm.
where they can actually administer the medicine. And if she would tell the story about going for treatment, I mean, Brendan, I used to go twice a week, and
Mm.
um, I like I said, the medicine that they was putting in my body, it was super strong, and I had to get hooked up to machines and stuff like that and get the drip. You had like I had like four different valves that they had to drip into my body. And you would go there. Excuse me, I would go there like 11 o'clock in the morning and didn't get out of there till 3 or 4 o'clock. And I was so weak that I couldn't even drive home. If it wasn't for family that did their part in helping out. But it's a lot that you went through. You
Absolutely.
And I just wish that she could portray a little bit of more what she went through. You know.
No, absolutely. I feel, and I've said this before. I feel like season 7 is going to be the final season. That's just an inkling I have because it seems like to be on this show, it's no room for breathing. This show is on 24/7, and
Hmm.
so for next season, if it is the last season, I will actually be happy about it because I feel like this show has taken away from a lot of people, and maybe we just need a huge reset. So,
Yes, because I watched Stormy and Kiki on another content creator page, and
mhm.
it was a very good interview. And I think I've seen her also on T Talk, which is your girl.
Yes,
Girl, okay, yeah, I seen her on that, and she had a lot of interesting points, and I even showing her journey. You know what I mean? Her going to
absolutely,
and talking to him, and you know what I'm saying, would help a lot of people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think vulnerability is key, and of course, not everybody needs to know about your life, but I do think there should be a responsibility of giving to your life and giving something of quality, not quantity.
Yes, 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 and I just give my big thumbs up to Mel because she been through a lot. You know what I mean, and the way that hotel has taken her through the trash can is just not right. You know what I mean, and with him appearing with the other lady on TikTok and stuff like that, he's so disrespectful.
No, he is. He
So
absolutely is.
And you have to be a strong woman not to react to every little stupid thing that he does because that's what he wants you to do. She has a lot
Absolutely.
to lose. He don't have anything to lose. So yeah, let's try and trigger her and get her off course of what her goals are.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Victoria, I have so enjoyed this conversation with
Me
you.
too, and thank you so much for allowing me to come up on your panel. Like I said, um,
Absolutely.
now that I've been up here and I see that it's not bad, I'll be back again.
Absolutely. Much love, Victoria. We will talk soon, Wayne.
Well, much love to you, and I'll continue to watch you. Okay, I don't
Thank
know
you
how
very
to
much.
know, so I don't know. I guess you would have to do that.
Okay, hang
Oh,
on. I will
okay.
remove.
But I'm still listening, and you take care, and you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Much love to you, Queen. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye bye, my love.
All right, bye bye. That was wonderful. See that's why I really do love YouTube, because there is a good side to YouTube. So 5 people in the building, like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you have enjoyed this virtual tour live of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here in front to y'all tonight. It was almost difficult. You hear me? Difficult to get these 901 videos out. But I got them though. I got your 901 videos. So as we get ready to wrap up here on our virtual tour live, I know there's 6 people in the building. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me. 5 people in the building now, but I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Let me go to greatday.com. Let's see here. I think this was the same one. Let me share this tab. Here we go. It's time for the Daily Motivator by Ralph Morrison. Love is a choice you make from moment to moment. That is absolute facts. It's time for the Daily Motivator from Ralph Morrison for Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Live with courage. You know you're vulnerable, but it does not stop you. That's courage. With courage, you can go where you do not know what awaits. What you find is life and richness and more courage. What you say is true when it's not pretty. When you give, when you're not certain how you'll get more. With courage, you'll find out who you are. Courage takes hold with your first step and then grows stronger as you continue to move forward. You know it's real because you have no need to announce it. You feel its power in the face of every fear. You live with courage. Through courage, there's really no other good way, Ralph Morrison. You know, another great daily motivator. Absolutely. Much love, Janika Thompson. I appreciate you as always. I do love this because I think courage really comes from within. I think courage comes from the thoughts that we have of standing up for something. That's one. So courage comes from the thoughts that we have. Number two, it is okay to be scared and go for it anyway. I think we hold ourselves back by putting ourselves in a box too often. And finally, after putting ourselves in a box and that courage comes from our thoughts, we have to recognize that it is joy in the journey. I don't think in the journey of life that we ever prepare for the rough parts of life, but also when those rough parts of life are over, let's celebrate the good parts too. So with that being said, it is time for the daily. Sorry, not the daily motivator. It is time for the best outro on YouTube. Nikki News, much love to you as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. It was a good time. We had a good time. Victoria, thank you so much for coming up here. That was wonderful, wonderfully said. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special because you are always one a blessing. And trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself is another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. You had collected. Sorry. I had spent time with you. You had spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we're also to be great together. Always remember where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or allowing yourself to know that just because you did wrong doesn't mean you have the right. Doesn't mean that you have the right. Doesn't mean that you have the right to have childish behavior, Martell. Make sure the replay is not just worth for you to watch it, not just worth for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. I'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody. Enjoy these fireworks for the day that you have had and for the day that is to come. I hope all of those things have blessings. One love, much love, all love. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the fireworks.